Richard Gere returns in our thriller tomorrow night on 2 as an American gigolo whose glamorous world is shattered after one of his clients is found murdered. And that begins at 11:15 tomorrow night.
What I like most about Christmas is the Margarets, Brendas, Sheilas, Claires, Carols. Oi, you lot, you're barred!
What's your idea of good taste?
Pizza.
Or turkey?
They taste delicious, even the next day. A big turkey like you would have lasted a
month. So, plenty to do, eh?
The film, and it's truly madly turkey. Yeah.
Truly madly Christmas Eve on 2.
And while the temperature is rising for the turkey, we turn our attention now to the question of frost or thaw over the next few days, as we join Peter Cockcroft.
Hello there. I think if you leave your turkey out over the next few nights, it'll certainly freeze if it's not frozen already. Now, if you are planning to travel over the next few days, 3 things to bear in mind: frost, ice and dense freezing fog. Fairly settled weather over the UK, but very cold and wintry feel to it. Now, more unsettled weather further south, and you may well have seen in the news that accident down in Portugal today. Now, they've had some heavy thundery rain down in Faro, and in fact, if we take a look at the satellite sequence through the day, you'll notice a lot of cloud down there across Spain and Portugal. It's all been rotating around an area of low pressure, hence that heavy thundery rain. Fairly strong winds as well, and those winds show up quite nicely on the wind arrow diagrams. You can see that tight closed circulation of fairly strong winds wrapping around that area of low pressure. Fairly light winds though over the British Isles, and with clear skies tonight, that means a widespread frost. And it also means that temperatures could get as low as -5, quite a hard frost. But perhaps more importantly, we'll find quite a bit of dense freezing fog around tonight, and eventually it's going to turn foggy over northern parts of Scotland and Northern Ireland with a touch of ice there. But we'll have a look at that in a moment. Let's see what's happening. We've got a weather front out to the northwest, and that's slowly going to make progress into this area of high pressure. So that weather front is going to weaken all the while. But once it moves across Northern Ireland and Scotland, then we'll find the skies clearing, and hence the chance of frost there, some fog around, and some icy roads by the end of the night. And further south, northern England, much of central England, into the Welsh borders as well, where we're likely to find some dense freezing fog tonight. There could well be some ice on the roads. As we move ahead to tomorrow, we'll find our weather front over southern parts of Scotland. Still some wintry weather on. It's going to move a little bit further south, perhaps getting to northern England and North Wales. But all the while, that weather front will be losing some of its activity along it, because it will be moving into that high pressure. In behind it, bright weather across Northern Ireland, getting into Scotland, perhaps the odd shower in the far northwest of Scotland later on in the day. Across much of England and Wales, a dry day, a bright day, but some of that fog will linger once again through the day, and where it does linger, it'll take temperatures back very close to freezing, and there could be the odd wintry shower just clipping the east coast of England. You can see quite a cold day tomorrow, temperatures at best around about 5 or 6 degrees, and you can certainly pick out the high ground of northern England and Scotland there, where certainly the temperatures will be below 0. Into Wednesday, high pressure still dominating the weather over much of the British Isles, but this weather front will start to move into the northwest, getting into northwestern areas during Christmas Eve. It'll eventually bring some windy weather and some wet weather into the northwest of Northern Ireland and northwestern Scotland on Wednesday. Much of the rest of the British Isles bright and dry, still the odd wintry shower on the east coast, and eventually that band of cloud, rain, sleet and snow will cross Scotland and Northern Ireland during Christmas Eve, but bright and dry over much of England and Wales. And that's the weather view.
Well, the temperature now on 2 becomes decidedly frosty behind tonight's door on the Advent calendar.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy Christmas.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. I don't get one then.
Oh, I didn't know you wanted one.
Probably because you didn't ask me.
My darling, I'm not psychic. If you'd said something.
Oh, my darling, you only have to ask me.
All right, I'm asking you now.
You just have to ask. That's all. Darling, would you like a drink?
Darling, would you like a drink? I'm asking you.
And you'd find out, wouldn't you?
Would you like a drink, darling? I'm asking you now. Would you like a bloody drink? Yes or no?
Yes, please, I'll have a gin.
Thank you so much.
I'll get it.
Oh, thank you, Eddie.
No, you won't. He'll get it.
No, you won't. I'll get it. What's the difference?
The difference is you are getting me something for a change. That's the difference.
Now then, we don't want to start Christmas like this, do we?
Here's a look at tomorrow night on 2, which begins with Second World War drama in the film at 6 o'clock, with James Garner as a demolitions expert sent on a top-secret mission aboard a Navy submarine. And that's followed at 7:50 by a travel show guide Down Under, which samples the delights of an Antipodean excursion from the Sunshine State of Queensland to the outback of the Northern Territories. Practical tips on preparations for Christmas at 8:30 when the food and drink team take on the challenge of inventing new recipes for all that leftover turkey and sampling a selection of red wines to accompany the festive bird. Sam Beckett finds himself trapped in the body of a convicted criminal on death row at 9 o'clock with 48 hours to prove his innocence. While at 9:50, Sir John Harvey Jones lends his expertise to two entrepreneurs whose dream is to save a historic name in British brewing. And after Newsnight at 10:30, Richard Gere stars as the American Gigolo at 11:15. Returning briefly to this evening, I've just time to remind you that BBC Radio is broadcasting throughout the night. Bob Harris is your host on Radio 1 now, and Alan Dedicote is on 2 with Night Ride. We on BBC2, though, are about to call it a night. Thank you for your company. I hope you'll join us again tomorrow. In the meantime, on behalf of all of the team on 2, this is Helena Kozak wishing you a very peaceful night. Until next time, take care. Good night.